Hey viewers, welcome to another game with Casual Pro Gamer. Today we are doing another LucifroN versus MAdel game. This is part of, I believe, the semi-finals of the HP Trophy 2. And yeah, we have Terran versus Protoss on our hands. So game 1 is already up, or it should already be up. And I think I'm going to release one of these a day, so then it would be yesterday. Yeah, that was an excellent match, a very unique strategy. I'm not going to spoil it, but it worked out really well. It was really map dependent, I think. So I think this is once again forced spawn on the other side, so cross positions. Because, well, that just makes for better games, because it's not really dependent on... it takes out the random factor of the scouting pattern. So if you scout... so for example, if you would spawn over here, which is also one of the main bases on this map. So if you would be here, your opponent would be here, and you would immediately scout him, but your opponent would go all the way around the map, then obviously you're going to have a big advantage. Whether you can use that to your advantage is something else, but it's completely random, and that's why they removed it in most of these map designs by having forced cross positions, which means that if you spawn over here, your opponent spawns over here. If you spawn over here, your opponent spawns over here, and vice versa, of course. But yeah, it makes that there is no well, scouting problem for you, so, or your opponent, and you you remove the random factor, and that is an excellent thing to have, because that was a really big deal in the Korean pro scene of StarCraft Brood War. Getting that scout in really early was crucial to winning, and yeah, so when you remove it like this, it becomes more about skill and less about yeah, just dumb luck, I guess. I mean, that's what you could call it. And let's see. So we have this Nexus coming up. We have a wall-off, just a wall-off coming up. And here's the command center. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I mean, obviously it's over here, but I didn't see it. So yeah, he's going to build inside of his base for some reason. So apparently afraid of the early rush. I don't really understand, because Protoss is not really well known for the early rushes. Of course, you can still do an early rush with Protoss. And yeah, we have a bunker coming up, and it's going to get cancelled here. At least I assume it's going to get cancelled. But he's going to want to do some damage with his marine first. And yeah, there's, it gets cancelled. He does a little bit of damage to this probe, but nothing else. So yeah, they're going to run out, and it's all good. But yeah, now he has that command center up. The Nexus is also up. So the command center, or rather the Terran player, is a little bit behind. But he's going to catch up because of those orbital command, well, fuel injects, I guess. Now the mules are going to be really good at helping him out to regain that advantage. Because yeah, once you have that that mule going for you, you get a huge boost in your mineral intake, and because of that, you're going to be able to come back from kind of a small deficit like he has here, a little bit earlier Nexus, and pressure that didn't really go as planned, because it just took some of the probes off work. I think there were about 3 or 4 probes off work, and yeah, well, just until the one zealot gets out, and the zealot actually pressured enough back to defeat the bunker. So the bunker comes up, or the bunker is up at the front, and that means that yeah, there's no pressure coming in for now. But, well, the Protoss player is not going to stop there. He is, of course, still going to try to to put the pressure back on, because he knows that he has an early lead with this early Nexus. And well, once he gets his gateways running, he should be able to, well, warp in units right here and keep the pressure on. These units, of course, have to run all the way across the map, but by the time that gateways are up, sorry, warp gates are up, he's going to be able to warp them in right here, and there they are, 3 units, and actually, yeah, there's the other 3. Because he has 6 gateways, so why not use all 6? But yeah, well, they're going to rejoin, or not rejoin, they're going to join this army. And a pretty big army now coming in, but as you can see, supply depot, bunker, bunker, and another supply depot coming up over there. And it is going to be a complete wall off, which means that, yeah, oh, nicely done. Yeah, the bunkers could get repaired, well, until eternity, but because of these force fields, the SCVs cannot go next to the bunker, and they're just instantly going to back off, and the bunkers are going to go down, and that's exactly the way it should be played. So nicely done. And is he going to be able to pressure that second one as well? He will need multiple force fields for that, like 4 force fields. And that is going to be way harder to do than just the 2. The bunker is going to come up. It was very low health when these guys were still in range, but they didn't snipe it, even though they probably could have, because you can only build with 1 SCV at a time, of course. With in other games, you can actually send multiple workers on 1 building, such as Age of Empires, and that makes it just get up faster. And in StarCraft they chose not to. I think that's an excellent choice. It worked out really well so far. It does make that Protoss, for example, has a little bit of an advantage over Terran, because Terran has to, well, really slowly build up the buildings, and well, can lose their SCVs or their workers in general to just, yeah, snipes from these kind of armies. Whereas the Protoss player can just plop down a building, it will just come up, and you won't really have a problem with it. Oh, Warcraft 3 has that as well. Yeah, I was like, there's not a game that has that. But Warcraft 3 also, with at least a human thing, you can. I don't know the rest, but not a Warcraft 3 player anymore. I used to play it, but yeah, just for the fun of it. Anyway, I know that you could put multiple workers on things like towers to get them up really quickly. Towers were kind of the cannons from Protoss, the photon cannons. Warcraft 3 is also a very good game. It's not really my type of game, but it's a really good game. It's really nice to watch as well. I have several people that I used to watch, but everyone went to StarCraft 2 now, so yeah, nobody's playing Warcraft anymore. Anyhow, we have just a big army versus army here, but the Protoss army seems to be a lot bigger. It's just that these are all Marauders, and the Marauders with Stimpack are going to do really well against these units. They don't really have the slow yet, but that's quite alright. It seemed to work out pretty nicely. Psionic Storm coming up here, but it's still quite a long way away. It's 80 seconds away. And is he going to be able to hold? Yeah, for now he is, with those force fields and sniping multiple Marauders there. And just, yeah, the small army here needs to retreat, but it's not going to be able to. Yeah, the force fields keep it in while the reinforcements are held off, and the reinforcements just get sniped as well. At least, well, most of them. But oh wow, actually gets that for 1 zealot, but that's worth it, because now he has no army to compete against, and he still has a pretty decent army. So wow, he actually let that that medevac just go down. Anyway, the new army is coming up, of course. Multiple medevacs out. Well, actually quite a lot of medevacs out. And quite a lot of well, other units out as well already. But that's with the barracks units. They produce very quickly, and yeah, they're still pretty useful. So it's not like they are super, well, useless because they are small. No, they actually do quite a lot of damage, especially in groups, and especially with medevacs by their side. They can stay alive for a long time, so they can do quite a lot. And as you can see, another base coming up for our Terran player, or came up for our Terran player. And the one, well, the mirror base, I guess, is coming up for the Protoss player. And look at this, he is going to try to hold that, but it's going to be hard to do because half his army is over here and half his army is over here. So half on the high ground, half on the low ground. That is not a good split. I think he didn't pay attention, and wow, Storm completely wrecking the health bars of these guys. And yeah, the SCVs getting damaged quite heavily, but not dying. All of them are low health. It's not going to matter though. He is going to lose this base, and there's not a whole lot he can do about it. So the base gets lifted, and yeah, he's going to survive with the command center, but the base is gone. So the SCVs are all, I think, still low health. I'm not actually sure, but yeah, they are low health, and most of them died right there. Let's see, yeah, 24 workers killed now. Those Storms just completely, well, demolished all of the health bars. Really nothing else to say about that. And yeah, once again, the well, the two armies chasing each other. But the Protoss army really needs to get out of there. Only has a few units left. He did get quite a lot done. His base is now back up because he saved his command center, or his orbital command rather. And yeah, he's going to mine up until the next attack comes in. So anyhow, the Protoss player, of course, is going to continue producing everything and building up his army. He now has a quite significant army already, and going to get more done here with his new army, trying to get up a new base, which is why he's going to attack. Because as long as he's attacking, the Terran player needs to defend. And as long as the Terran player is defending, he can't attack this new base coming up. So this base is safe as long as there is pressure from our Protoss player. And that's exactly what he's planning to do. So then it becomes 3 bases versus 4. And even if he loses some of the fights, he will still be able to sustain his army with his newly erected base. And yeah, look at this big army coming up. Oh, the Storm misses, but it does get some of the medevacts, I believe. No, not actually getting the medevacts. And the large Protoss, Terran army coming in right now. It's going to try to snipe the Protoss army, but it's not going to succeed, it seems. And it is going to succeed. Okay, he gives up. So apparently this fort base, yeah, it was risky. As I said, as long as he can keep the pressure up, this base is safe. But he couldn't keep the pressure up. The base is already up, and he just couldn't make it work. He just couldn't keep the pressure, and this army was just too big for him. Too many units in it, and especially those Marauders are so strong against the Stalkers, because Stalkers, as you can see, do 15 damage versus armored, so 4 more basically versus armored. And if we grab a Marauder, they do double damage, so they do 12 more damage versus armored. So between the two of them, so between this guy and this guy, it is not a fair fight, and especially not in these numbers, because Marauders, yeah, you can produce Marauders in much bigger quantities than Stalkers. On the other hand, Stalkers can get blink, and if they get blink, then they can yeah, they can actually move away from those Marauders and well, live to fight another day. But in this case, of course, not getting blink, because blink is normally, well, not a skill you want in Protoss versus Terran. But anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.